In the 12th century, Karnataka was the epicenter of a radical spiritual movement led by the philosopher Allama Prabhu. He and his followers, the Sharanas, walked these temple grounds while actively rejecting the caste hierarchies and ritualistic traditions of their time. 300 years after Allama's death, the historical rebel was reimagined. In the 15th century, the poet Chamarasa wrote the Prabhulingaleele, an epic that moved Allama out of the realm of mortal men and into the realm of the gods. This created a unique challenge for the author. Allama's entire philosophy centered on the rejection of the material world and the ego. To write a traditional biography of a man who claimed to be nothing is a contradiction in terms. Chamarasa's solution was to frame the narrative as a leela, a divine play. In this text, Allama's life isn't a human struggle for growth, but a choreographed performance of cosmic truths. To understand how Chamarasa presents this formless subject, we have to look at how he constructs Allama through three specific roles: the divine avatar, the silent sage, and the detached ascetic. By organizing the text this way, Chamarasa ensures that the historical philosopher is replaced by an untouchable, eternal icon, making his radical ideas permanent through the structure of the epic. Most spiritual narratives follow a seeker's journey, where a protagonist earns wisdom through trial. Chamarasa removes this arc entirely. His Allama is born already enlightened, possessing a level of awareness that never wavers or grows because it is already absolute. The text grounds this authority in divinity. Chamarasa claims Allama is an incarnation of Lord Shiva, sent to walk the earth as a guide for those still trapped in the material world. This divine origin defines Allama's second role, the mystical sage. Throughout the poem, Allama encounters powerful kings and high-ranking scholars. In every instance, he does not debate them so much as he silences them with his mere presence. His primary weapon is Bayalu, the absolute void. Worldly knowledge is just clutter. Ultimate reality requires embracing total emptiness. Instead of meeting opponents with louder logic, he reflects their internal conflicts back at them until their arguments collapse into the void. In Chamarasa's hands, Allama becomes a protagonist whose power is derived entirely from his mastery over nothingness. The final aspect of Allama's character, his total detachment, is put to the test in the epic's narrative climax, his meeting with the Princess Maya. In this allegory, Maya is the embodiment of everything Allama rejects. She represents worldly illusion, physical desire, and the constant pull of the material senses. Maya uses every emotional and physical tool at her disposal to provoke a reaction, yet Allama remains entirely unbothered. He does not fight her. He simply exists in a state of perfect, immovable stillness. This sequence serves as the poet's definitive evidence of Allama's nature. The text presents a man who cannot be tempted because there is no self left for the temptation to take hold of. By placing Allama's victory in his refusal to engage, the poem shifts the definition of a hero. True victory is moved away from the external world and placed entirely within the discipline of the mind. Chamarasa's work succeeds by providing a concrete physical presence for a subject that, by definition, has none. He uses the tools of a storyteller to make the concept of nothingness visible. There is a sharp irony in the Prabhulingaleele. It uses the rigid, meticulous structure of classical Kannada poetry to describe a man who spent his life moving beyond the boundaries of every structure he encountered. Although the language of the epic is centuries old, modern translations and scholarly efforts ensure that Allama's core philosophy remains accessible to new generations. Ultimately, Chamarasa's Allama is more than just a historical character to be admired. The text presents him as a state of consciousness that the reader is invited to experience. The epic concludes with a singular thesis: absolute power is not found in controlling the world around you, but in recognizing and mastering the illusions within you.